infinite peace to all my brothers and sisters who are watching this video. I thank you for taking the time to better yourself and to become a greater version of yourself by watching this video. I aim to help you to become aware that the universe is contacting you, and hopefully to give you some type of idea on what you can do when the universe is trying to contact you in these moments. Now, there are many times throughout my life where I've felt an immense feeling of being pulled to do something or to go somewhere, and there are times where I've noticed like too many distinct reoccurring events for them just to be a coincidence, you know? So today I'm speaking based on my own personal experiences where I have felt that the universe was supporting or was the supporting force behind my actions, visions, or interactions. So I behoove you to pay attention to these signs, as I believe that they are vitally important to you in your walk in life, and definitely vitally important to your soul purpose. Now, the first sign from the universe I want to speak about, they are reoccurring dreams. Now, there are several periods within my life where I've gone to sleep to the same dream scenario within the same week, and sometimes I go to sleep to the same dream scenario within the same night. You know, I'll often notice similarities between the different dreams within things like objects, the environments, people, or even just the language that's used. It's very similar, and I believe the reason that the universe is consistently showing me these reoccurring visions or dreams is because that there's a message that I need to find, and it is absolutely vital and important for me to understand this message so that I can move forward. Okay. So the second second sign that I want to speak about is reoccurring thoughts. Now, my mind is like a racetrack, except that there are many cars but only one driver. And I am the master of my mind, so I have to ask myself sometimes, why can't I stop thinking about this? So I've noticed these reoccurring thoughts often come in the form of music, past conversations, tough situations from the past, or from the present, hard decisions that I had to make about relationships, or even if it's just a feeling of like, should I do this, should I not do this? Like, these reoccurring thoughts come to me very often, and if I don't deal with them, then they'll keep reoccurring. People will say things like, oh, you're overthinking, and that may be true, but still the inevitable stands that if I don't figure out why these thoughts are coming to me, then I cannot achieve a peace of mind, because I will constantly be thinking these thoughts through. If I do not find a solution to these problems, then I can't achieve peace. I don't have a peace of mind. I feel like a lot of people will have these recurring thoughts, but they'll just push them to the side and they'll forget about them. But I'm not the type of weak individual that I'm going to let something conquer my mind. I am the master of my mind. And if you want to be a master of your mind, then you need to figure out why these thoughts are on your mind. You need to figure out why your subconscious feels the need to bring these thoughts to your attention because it is vital to the growth of you and your purpose. Now, the third sign that I want to speak about are reoccurring numbers. Now, this sign has by far taken me the longest to see and to understand. And it wasn't until I was able to correlate the similarities between the numbers in my dreams and the people I encountered in life that I was able to realize the universe was sending me a message. So I saw the number 711 within a dream. Then I saw my ex, and I realized that our anniversary date was on July 11th, which is 7/11. So as we started back talking, or communicating, I should say, for some odd reason, throughout the day, she would stop texting me, and then she would text me again at 7:11, exactly at 7:11 p.m. And this happened for 3 days straight. And I 100% know she was not doing it on purpose. You know, like it's eerie. It just became obvious to me that there's something so mysterious about the way that we're connected, not just to each other, but to the energy of the galaxy as well. Like these urges, these feelings to do something, to talk to someone. It's not just us. It's energy trying to carry us in the right direction. You know, these synchronicities lead me to believe that the angels speak through numbers. Now, if you want to know what the number 711 meant, you can check out the article on the website, and I have links to it. Now, the fourth sign that I want to speak about is luck and coincidence. Now, I believe luck and coincidence are two of the biggest myths ever known to man. Probably even bigger than the tooth fairy. I truly do not believe that we as complex beings are capable of making decisions without thinking, whether it be subconsciously or consciously. Therefore, if it appears that something happened due to luck, or it's just a coincidence, it's merely an illusion. The reason that this has happened is because that you decide to act, and in return you receive the reaction. This is Newton's third law. Now, therefore, I tell you, do not take anything that gravitates towards your life for granted, whether it be good or bad. The universe has heard your voice, and they have rewarded you, and it will all be for the benefit of you along your path. Even if it's bad, it will be to your benefit. Maybe you don't see it now, but in the future, it will come, and you will see it if you attempt to see it, if you have the perspective of thinking positive. Now, the fifth sign from the universe I want to speak about is deja vu. Deja vu is that euphoric feeling that occurs when I am on the right path. So I believe that the universe allows us to have this feeling of excitement to let us know that we are in fact headed in the right direction. So during times of deja vu, I would advise you to guard your thoughts very closely. And what I mean by this is, when this feeling occurs, pay very close attention to the events happening around you and the thoughts that you have about them. Use your inner wisdom and intuition to guide you to make the best of the situation at hand. And most of all, keep your thoughts positive. Now, I want to get a little bit into why the universe gives you signs. So let's start by looking at the etymology of the word universe. Uni, Latin, this means one, and vertere, Latin, translate to versus, also Latin. Versus means turned. So if you combine the word uni and verse, versus universe, this equals combined into one or whole. So the word universe, basically when you break it down, it just means whole. So using this knowledge, in order for the universe to be whole, each individual who is part of this whole entity must do its job in order to maintain balance. The universe knows the path that you must take in order to fulfill your life purpose, and it encourages you to do so. There's a job that only you can do and no one else, and without this job completed, there leaves an imbalance in the world. Therefore, the universe will do all it can to guide you and show you the path that will bring you the most joy. And not only will it direct your path, but it will make sure that you're protected while doing so. So, I like to think of the universe as one big, functionally dysfunctional family. It's a contradiction, isn't it? But, nevertheless, it holds a lot of truth. So, you have the head of the house, the father and the mother, which would be the universe and its helpers, or angels, depending on your preference. And then you have the children, which would be the human beings, us. The head of the house knows what the children needs, but they can't force you to realize it. They can only tell you and hope that you see the truth. Even if the parent tries to force the child to do what's right, it only creates resistance. We all know this. Now, this is why there is a universal law of free will for mankind, but the parents will do all that they can to help the child along its path once it sees that the child is on the right path. And unlike earthly parents, the universe does not make mistakes. It does not. So, when you are being contacted by the universe, take your sign and follow it earnestly. I encourage you to follow that sign earnestly. Do not hesitate or be frightened by the message it brings to you. You will be guided. You will be protected every step of the way. So remember, change is good, as change is required for progress to be made. You know, life is about progress, so you should always be trying to progress. Otherwise, you're stagnant, and what's the point of living if you're just staying the same? Everyone should want better for themselves. Now, that being said, I thank you for listening to my message. I hope that my message resonated with each of you, and I wish you infinite peace and love. Now, Abigail wanted me to interpret her dream. Now, keep in mind that I do encourage people to interpret their own dreams, as the best interpretation is going to come from you, seeing as how this dream was made for you. It was a message made specifically for you. I do offer dream trainings on the website, but nevertheless, I'll give you my best interpretation today. Now, this dream, to me, it seems like the first dream, it seems like your subconscious mind is telling you that you are someone who is capable of making great connections. You are capable of introducing someone to the next person and making these solid foundations, because you are a very friendly and a very loving person. That is the metaphysical side of what I'm seeing. Now, the reason your friends return to you is because they see that you are a good individual. But I believe the reason that you are remembering your ex is because you hold some type of feeling. Some type of feelings are still left with the thoughts of your ex. So this is still a connection that has negative feeling. Now, the reason that you have this same feeling when you dreamed about your ex and you introduced a girl to her is because I believe it is due to the fact that not that you physically introduced the girl, but that maybe somewhere along the lines there's a girl that may be better suited for your ex, and with you knowing this, you have negative feelings towards this girl. You may not have said that, but somewhere along in your heart, you have negative feelings towards anyone who would try to get with your ex. And this is creating negativity within you. This is upsetting you greatly. This is what it seems like to me. So I believe what your subconscious is telling you, that you need to let go of the negativity that is hindering your connection to your friends and your ex. Whatever has happened, or whatever you may think has happened, you need to let negativity go, and you need to solve this situation somehow.